Hello, magical people, and welcome back to the Daily Astro Show here on the Meg Moonbeam and Beyond Mystic YouTube, Rumble, and X channels. We're going to get into our Western astrology horoscope for today, Wednesday, June 18th, going into Thursday, June 19th. How are we feeling? We've got exact Jupiter square Neptune today. I'm going to get into that with all y'all. Woo! Lots going on. Raya in the chat says migraines off the charts for about 2.5 weeks. Ugh, interesting. Yeah, I think it was. I do so many live streams, I don't even remember when it was, but at some point yesterday when I was live, I think it was with Tarot by Janine, we were talking about, it's kind of just a conglomeration of all the different energies going on. We've got massive solar flares. We just had a really big X flare happen yesterday. We've got really big astrological transits. We're also coming up to the solstice. So we're in the last couple of days before the summer solstice in the portal of that beautiful energy. It's a lot of things where we can kind of have these ascension symptoms like headaches. I was having that last week and the week before. Knock on wood, I haven't had it this week, but Sharon says it as well, having headaches that I don't normally get. Really good water helps, salt helps, earthing, grounding, peppermint oil, definitely. Shout out to doTERRA. I'm obsessed with their oils that can really, really help as well. So, before we get into the astrology, please remember, you guys, to like, share, and subscribe to the Meg Moonbeam and Beyond Mystic channels. And if you'd like to have a personal astrology reading with me, those are available at consultations.beyondmystic.net. The link is in the description box below. And I think my earliest availability starts in November, if I'm not mistaken, of this year. And we've got personal forecasts looking at your transits for the year ahead readings, birth chart readings, astrocartography, and solar returns, which is our birthday charts. And also over at Ascension Organites, I'm very excited about these new EMF protection hats with the Beyond Mystic logo. So cool. So we can have our new hats protecting our heads from all the crazy EMFs and 5Gs that we got going on. So the limited quantity available over at Ascension Organites. So how are we doing out there? Today, Wednesday, June 18th, we're going to be having exact Jupiter square Neptune, and not going to be exact until later in the day Eastern time. Will be exact 11:16 p.m. Eastern time, but of course, we're within the very strong energy of it all day and also going into tomorrow. And very interesting that when we've got that exact Jupiter, 2 degrees of Cancer, in square to Neptune, 2 degrees of Aries, Neptune will be conjunct the moon. Wow. So, this is really interesting because these two planets, Jupiter and Neptune, in a challenging adverse aspect, okay, a square, which is like creative potential, creative tension, it's highlighting some of the more challenging aspects of the areas of life that Neptune and Jupiter rules, which are the two rulers of Pisces. Okay, so these guys have to do with seeing things clearly, confusion, mind control, brainwashing, lies, illusions. So I'm going to say right here, right now, that some of the things that have been coming up the past few days and things coming through or coming up for us in the collective today, and also even in our personal lives, we want to take everything with a grain of salt right now with this Jupiter in square to Neptune. And that's not me trying to sound airy-fairy, like only think positively so positive things can happen. Of course, we want to do our positive intentions, but also being aware there's some major lies and deception going on. Jupiter in square to Neptune. Don't just believe anything this week without the actual hardcore proof of it, whether that's in the collective or your personal life. Elegant Witchery says, I'm tired. Lots of tension in the outside world. Yeah, for sure. And, it's interesting too, because Neptune rules our sleep. Look at that. When that exact square happens, the two things that rule our sleep, Neptune and Moon, conjunct in square to Jupiter. So our sleep is feeling weird. Our rest time is feeling weird. Our intuition is weird. And, I hate to say this, but we might not be feeling things totally accurately, intuitively. So this is a very important time to, as one of my favorite sayings goes, observe and don't absorb. Okay, that's one of my most favorite things to say. And that really goes for today. That really goes for right now. Observe it and don't absorb it. And I'll be honest with you guys. Okay, I'm a Scorpio. Okay. And I like to keep it real. I had a moment yesterday, actually several moments, because I'm a crazy Scorpio like that, where I was like, holy crap, is there about to be like a nuclear war? Is this all gonna go to shit? I started to go into the fear for a little bit yesterday, and it made me feel like shit. And, I was trying to keep up with all the news that was going on, and I was looking at X the whole time, and I was like, "What's happening now? What's the update now? What's the update now?" And when I tune into my heart, and also as a Western astrologer, look at the astrology, okay, there's definitely, we're already in a war. Okay, we've been in a war for a very, very long time. That's a whole other subject. We won't get too into that in this video, but we've already been in a war, and if we were gonna all blow up, that would have happened already. That's my personal take. And astrologically, with some of the kick-ass transits and once in a lifetime aspects that we've got happening now and coming up, this is actually really magical times where I think there's gonna be miracles. And again, that's not me being airy-fairy. I think I genuinely see that with the astrology, with Jupiter in Cancer, with this amazing, and I know I've been mentioning this several times lately, but amazing exact positive aspects that we're gonna be having soon between Pluto, Uranus, and Neptune. I mean, this is unprecedented, very divinely supportive aspects and influences where, no, we're not going into a world war where everything's gonna fucking fall apart. Okay, and I'm honest with you guys as a Scorpio, I'm not perfect, and I never pretend to be perfect as a mystic. Just because we're spiritual doesn't mean we're perfect. I'm a Scorpio, so I definitely go into the fear and the self-sabotage yesterday, and I'm, being honest with you guys that I had a moment like that yesterday where I fed into the fear and made me feel like shit. And, it's really important for us to do things that nourish us. And personally, I did that today and I feel really, really good today. And I feel really nourished and more positive. And, Spirit is saying that the dark side, the dark arts people, they want us to be in the fear. They want us to go into a world war. They want stuff to blow up, and it's not allowed. It's not going to happen under galactic law. So some of you guys may not resonate with that, but I really resonate with, like, we're at such a pivotal moment right now where it's not allowed under higher laws for this to all fall apart. Yes, we are in a birthing process of a totally new world, and it doesn't have to be a shit show. It doesn't have to be a world war. It doesn't have to be, you know, nuclear craziness, right? Elwood C says, but we were assured of a scare event. Yeah, it's like, and this Jupiter square Neptune, they're trying to, they want a scare event. They want a false flag. Yeah, Cindy, exactly. We create our reality. And I'm getting chills as I say this. This is a very powerful day, today and tomorrow. This is a very powerful time to focus our energy in positive, nourishing, intentionally co-creative places. because all of us are so much more powerful than we even freaking realize, especially us light worker star seeds. Okay. So if we like the experience I had yesterday where I was going into the fear and I was kind of freaking the fuck out for a second there, that creates that reality, right? When we're in the positive co-creation and intention, we're creating the highest timeline available, I hear spirit say. Tracy says, scare event is a lie. Do not absorb the lie. Yeah. Astrologically, with this Jupiter square Neptune, it's a lot of lies today. It's a lot of not real things, not real clarity. So take it all with a grain of salt, right? Digibean says, be the light within your tunnel. Totally. So, Neptune is also not just lies and deception and confusion, right? It also rules really beautiful things, but with this square, it's more the challenging things coming up. Neptune is also high sensitivity. So with Jupiter and square to Neptune, and this is going to be different person to person, some of us may be feeling really, really highly sensitive today going into tomorrow. You might cry out of nowhere. You might, need to sleep out of nowhere. We've also got a freaking crazy solar flare that just happened. I mean, geez Louise, you guys, this is a lot. Let me bring this up. This is a lot happening all at the same time. So this was yesterday, just in. Large X 1.2 class solar flare erupts from the Earth. Sorry, from the sun. So we've got solar flares. We've got the solstice energy, which is the light. The truth is, at least my truth is, as an astrologer, and you're listening to an astrology show, we're entering an age of light. We're entering the age of Aquarius. We've got very beautiful aspects going on. So don't feed into the illusions, the fear, right? MJ says, yes, we are very strong light workers, but also human. Thank you for bringing this whole subject, Meg, illusions. Yeah, and it's okay. It's okay if we have points like I had yesterday where I went into this little bit of a fear place. And Jens was like, are you okay? You're like definitely having a moment right now. We're human. We're trying our best. Gentleness, right? One way we can get through the energy of this Jupiter square Neptune is gentleness and honoring our sensitivities and honoring what we need. If we are having a very heightened moment in our emotions, okay, what can we do to calm that down? What can we do to work with that? Right? And yeah, moon is in Pisces, going to move into Aries later in the day today. So yeah, we're feeling the sensitivity big time. And tomorrow on Thursday, that Sun conjunct Jupiter getting to be within a 5-degree orb. Yay, we're coming into the weekend with Sun conjunct Jupiter. It won't be exact until next week. One of the most positive aspects in astrology. Very, very nice. With the moon in Aries. So we're also seeking empowerment. We can get easily triggered emotionally by things that are taking us out of our empowerment. And if we really pay attention and stay grounded, even though it's confusing, even though there's a lot of illusions out there, if you're grounded, it can be pretty obvious what's BS. Tracy says, go out and walk the earth, grounding. Yes, for sure. And our solstice, I think it's exact on Friday. Let me double check. Do, do, do. Yeah, Friday, 10:42 p.m. Eastern, Friday, June 20th is the summer solstice. So we're within the portal. Very, very magical. Where the natural energies, and of course, I'm in the northern hemisphere. If you're in the southern hemisphere, then it's the winter solstice. But if you're in the northern hemisphere, the natural energies are light, love, fun, celebration, inner child. Isn't it so interesting that there's so much fear trying to be pushed with this summer solstice? It's an inversion, right? So we're going to observe. We're not going to absorb. We're going to take everything with a grain of salt that's coming up. Not everything is as it seems, and it's okay if we mess up. It's okay if we have a weak moment because we're human. And I felt guided today to get out. This is the first oracle deck I ever got in like 2011 when Pluto was on my moon and I had my freaking starseed awakening. Trust Your Vibes, Sonia Choquette. And this is an amazing deck with tools for awakening your sixth sense. So I want to ask the universe, what's our Trust Your Vibes message for today going into tomorrow's? We're in the summer solstice portal. We've got solar flares. We've got Jupiter square Neptune. We're still in the influence of this Jupiter square Saturn, Mars square Uranus. It's simple, but it's true. Get grounded. Barefoot outside. And if for whatever reason you can't go barefoot outside, go in the bathtub with salt or get a big bowl with water and salt. Ground your feet, the foot, the toes, essential oils on the feet. Sovereign Soul Sam, what the fuck? You just said that. Yeah, it's a simple thing, but it's so true. Stay grounded. If something's confusing you, if something comes up and you're like, what the hell, is that real? Just go barefoot outside for 15 minutes. Then see what you feel about that. That's going to help us see things clearly today going into tomorrow, to deal with the sensitivity, to, yeah, Herr Miller, keep the vibes up. And let's also pull some tarot cards for Wednesday and Thursday with the astrological transits that we've got going on. This is like very powerful too for us to be envisioning the world we want to co-create. Remember that you're a light worker. The Fool. The Knight of Wands. Wow. Interesting. 10 of Swords. And the 5 of Swords, he keeps coming up. So the Fool, the new journey, new beginnings, not taking things so seriously, having fun, right? Spread your wings and fly. Anticipation, wonder, curiosity. It's all good. I feel the Fool saying, you guys, it's all good. It's all good. Keep your head up. Keep walking forward. It's all good. Like I can literally hear the voice of this Fool. It's all good. Right? And he's got the sun there. Take in the energy of the sun with this summer solstice. Be light on your feet. And the Knight of Wands. Now is a good time to do what you want to do. Don't let anybody take your power away. Don't let anybody try to brainwash you. If something's making you feel like shit, turn it off. Right? energy, passion, adventure, generous, impetus, courage, departure. Take in the energies of whether you're in the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere. It's a solstice time. This is an empowerment time. This is a sacred time. Don't let anybody take that away from you. Interesting that the pyramids are on that card. Maybe we'll have something come up with the pyramids today or tomorrow. And the 10 of Swords. It can go either way, right? So sorry, that's not closing in. This is an intense card. Ruin, defeat, failure. Ah, look at that 10 of Swords. If you feed into the fear, it's going to really feel not good. But it's not necessary. It's not the true energy. Be self-loving. We may see some people in this, and it's important for us to not take that on. And we keep getting this card, walk away from conflict. It's not worth the fight. It's not worth the fight. Feeding into the fear is not worth it. Feeding into the conflict is not worth it. Let's be in the Fool. Anticipation, wonder, curiosity, awe, new journey, potential. Love it. And yeah, I feel like there was something else I want to say, but I can't remember. Take it easy out there with this Jupiter square Neptune. And this Jupiter in Cancer transit, it's interesting because it's right away not feeling, yay, Jupiter in Cancer. It's actually bringing up a lot of lies, illusions, reality checks with it in square to Neptune and Saturn. Jupiter in Cancer transit's going to feel lighter as we go more into July when it's out of those squares. So we'll keep that in mind. And speaking of July, the Beyond Mystic team are going to be on a break. We're going to be off of our regular scheduled programming from July 1st to July 15th. So a little reminder about that. We'll be back after July 15th. And also, Jens is going to have this ancestral healing meditation over on the Beyond Mystic Academy on, I think it's Tuesday, June 24th at 1 p.m. Eastern. And if you're into meditation, guided meditation, interested in working with your ancestors, Jens is an amazing guide for that. This is going to be a powerful, heart-opening ancestral healing meditation designed to help you release inherited patterns, beliefs, and trauma passed down through your lineage, and you'll get unlimited replay access. So you can check that over at the Beyond Mystic Academy. And also today on the Beyond Mystic channel, Jens is going to have his Expanding Consciousness show at 5 p.m. Eastern on the Rumble channel. Sunny and I will be live for Beyond Crystals on the YouTube, Rumble, and X. And of course, JC and Janine will be live for Beyond the News on the Insider Access Pass. Yay! Thank you all so much for joining me. I'm sending lots of love your way, and see you on the other side of this Jupiter square Neptune. Bye, everybody.